Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We live in a day and age where it's so normal for everybody to just be doctors, be lawyers, be engineers. Everybody wants to be their own different thing, but there's a bunch of other creative jobs that are out there nowadays. We have content creators, there's people that want to be nail techs, there's people that want to be lash techs. So for those who want to become a content creator, here are some tips that I've learned while doing that myself. I wouldn't even consider myself like an influencer, at least not yet, but for doing content for the past like 9 months to almost a year now, I have gathered a few things that I could help y'all with. You're not in this alone. I've gathered a few tips that I could help share with y'all, so you guys are not in this alone. You guys don't think you need X, Y, and Z courses. No, you got me. You got Janae Lane. You got Janae. Got me right here. There's a lot of questions when it comes to content creating, like how much money do you need, what equipment you need, what lighting, what setting. A lot of people have a lot of questions, even how to start. A lot of people have questions even when it comes to starting content creation, even when it comes to, oh, what necessities do you need, what equipment, how much money. I'm gonna be answering those in this video. Do not worry, do not fear. Janae is here. That was a little corny. First, let's start off by explaining the word content creating. What are the two words that are in content creating? Content and creating. Creating content. So a lot of you get caught up in the idea of, oh, let me compare my followers to their followers. This, that. That's not the purpose of this job, guys. The purpose of this job is not to see who has the most followers, who has the most who's been doing it for longer. No, content creating is just about making content. And anything can be content. As chewing gum can be content, playing with your hair could be content, raising your eyebrows can be content. I know you guys have seen all over your For You page videos that went viral, not because they were smart or they were doing anything extra, just by doing basic human things that we do every day. And the only reason why we believe that we can't do that for ourselves, we see other people do it and we're like, I can never get there. Gosh, it was probably just random. They probably just got lucky. Content creating and influencing is not luck. I'm gonna be the first one to tell you this. A lot of people are going to tell you it's luck. It's not luck, it's a lot of hard work, it's consistency, it's discipline. But if you really want to make it happen, then here's your guide to how to become a content creator. I'm just going to start off the video by saying this. If your heart is not in making content and you actually seriously do not have a passion for making videos, or you don't even feel some sort of excitement or passion toward the thought of it, even the thought of making content, don't even bother doing it. I'm gonna just say it straight up, don't even bother doing it, because you seriously have to love doing this to be able to, for this to be able to be a consistent thing that you build over time. If you don't like doing it, and if the idea of making content does not excite you, then don't make content. You're just doing it for the money. And if you're just doing it for the money, then don't bother doing it. I'm telling you, don't bother doing it, because you're not going to be able to do something you love every single day. Like, you're not going to be doing, what the fuck? You're not going to be able to do something that you don't love every single day. How are you supposed to stay consistent in something that you don't even like doing? If you're just doing it for the money, then you're not going to stay consistent. And content creating, to grow in content creating, it's all about consistency. So if you can't stay consistent because you're only doing it for the money, or you're only doing it because you have no passion for it, then you're not going to be as consistent as you think you will be. Because it's something you have to show up every day for. And if not every day, consistently at least consistently. Another basic to content creating is do not expect results instantaneously. If you expecting results is what's gonna snatch those away from you, because you're gonna be so focused on, oh my gosh, did this get enough views? Did this get enough views? No, it's all about just passing the fear, just starting. Just starting in itself is what gets you there. Just starting. Because when you're so focused on views counts, the results, the output, you're not focused on the input, what content you're pushing out, what content, improving your quality of content, improving how you speak in your videos, improving what you talk about in your videos. You're not going to be focused on the input if you're so focused on what you're getting in return for those things. So I say, if you're first starting off content creation, don't focus on how much money you're making from it. Focus on the output. Focus on what you're contributing. Focus on what you're giving to people. I want to think of content creation as a business. You're selling a product. The product can either be entertainment, it could be informative, it could be to get people to want to be you. Whatever you're giving, you have to give something when it's content creating. Because if you're not giving something when you're content creating, then it's not content. It's just people watching a picture, or like a moving picture. Like, they're not watching anything. You need to have some sort of thing that you're giving. You see what I'm giving right now? I'm giving advice. And then when I'm not giving advice, I'm giving entertainment. You need to be giving something. You can't just think that you're important when you're not. I'm sorry, but when you first start off content creation, you're not important to anybody. You can't post stuff that a billionaire would post. Like Kylie Jenner could just post her face. Because people know who Kylie Jenner are. People do not know who you are. You're not as known as you think you are. And I'm sorry about that. Harsh reality. Here, that's the ugly truth. So here are 2 ugly truths that I already gave in like the first 5 minutes of this video. 1, if your heart's not in it, if you don't love making content, you're not going to make it because you won't be able to stay consistent in it. And if you do, there's a rare amount of people that are able to be consistent in it that don't like doing it and are only doing it for the money. That's a rare amount. But if you want to be the majority, you got to actually like doing it and want to do it regardless of the results. At least for when you're first starting off. Second hard truth is that you're not that important. People do not care about your face. They don't care about that stuff. They don't care about that stuff. Stop showing people unimportant stuff and show them stuff that they can actually gain from. Show them something that's going to entertain them. Show them something that's going to inform them because they don't know who you are yet. You're not Kylie Jenner. You're not Kim Kardashian. You're not Kanye West. You're not any of those famous people. So they don't know you. Give them something, please. You can't expect to receive revenue from your business if you're not giving a product. I'm sorry, but I clocked that, not even gonna lie. Basic when it comes to content creating is you are going to embarrass yourself, you're going to fail, and you have to honestly get used to failing. You have to get used to failing, you have to get used to embarrassing yourself, because if you have a fear of failure or a fear of embarrassment, then you probably won't be cut out for this. And if you are cut out for this, you're not gonna make it as big as you, like probably as Mr. Beast or like all them higher upper people. If you're just aiming for like a niche, like a niche influencer, a micro influencer, then maybe you will last in that level. But if you want to make it big, you cannot have a fear of failure. You cannot have a fear of embarrassment, because I'm telling you, content creating is all about that. It's all about just putting yourself out there. It's all about making a whole nicely edited video, perfect, a whole cinematic vlog, cinematic movie, just for it to have 0 views. That's content creating. It's just you making content. So if you get nothing out of it, don't see that as a failure or embarrassment. Just see that as you pushing past that fear of failure and embarrassment, because you need to not be afraid of those things if you want to make content. There's going to be people that make fun of you. If you start to get or attract some type of attention, there's going to be at least some people that you know in real life that are going to find out about it. And you have to be okay with that fact. Because not even gonna lie, when I first was starting off content creation, I was trying my hardest for nobody to find out about this. But then I started hearing, Janae, I found your TikTok. Today I found your TikTok. Today I found your TikTok. Yes, today I found your TikTok. I found your TikTok. Oh my gosh, was that you screaming in that one video? Was that you? Was that you? Oh my god, like, y'all, if you at this point, I'm immune to it. Like, I was just like, okay, everybody's gonna find out. I don't care. But before, I was most definitely nervous. I was like, oh my gosh, please don't respond. Please, please. Main question when it comes to content creating, how do I start? How do you start riding a bike? How do you start eating? How do you start walking by yourself? How do you start holding a bottle by yourself? How do you start brushing your teeth? You just start. Like, that's not even a real question, y'all. Like, how do I start? You start by starting. Like, you literally answered the question for yourself in the question. Like, you start by starting, my friends. Like, you're not gonna get anywhere by not starting at all. If that desire, that manifestation stays in your head, it is not, and you're not putting actionable steps to get what you want, then that's all it's gonna be, an imagination. I'm sorry, if it stays in your imagination, then that's all it's going to be, an imagination. So how do I start? You just start. Even if the first video is buns, even if the first video is bad, even if it's you weren't even saying anything that anybody would care about in that first video, make the video. Consistency over perfection will win every single time. You can make 2 perfect first videos and then not post for the next year, versus making your first bad video and consistently progressing over time. That would make it so much farther than somebody who just trying to focus on perfection. You will gradually become better over time, but when you're first starting, just focus on consistency. And when it comes to equipment, a lot of people like to ask what equipment you need. When I was first starting off, I was honestly using my phone and I was editing on CapCut on my phone. And I would say equipment doesn't matter, but for in my case, it actually kind of did matter because phone storage was getting in the way, so it was hard for me to post 3 times a week when even one video my phone was like, iPhone storage full, iPhone storage full, iPhone storage full. So equipment wise, just make sure you have enough phone storage. If you don't, then I just bought a camera. I just bought a camera and a MacBook. Like 9 months later from when I started my channel, I was still posting videos. That's what I mean. Like, I wasn't like, oh, I don't have a camera, I don't have a MacBook. Even when I didn't have those equipment, I was using my phone right here. I was using this phone right here. That's me when I was a baby, y'all. I was using this phone right here. So don't worry about the equipment. Just worry about starting. That's all you gotta worry about. And over time, you can probably get the equipment you need. Like me, I just got my camera, I just got my MacBook, and now I could definitely post more videos than before. But I didn't let the fact that I didn't have the equipment hold me back from even starting. I hope you guys get where I'm coming from. It's not that the equipment is not important, is don't make any excuses for why you're not starting. Oh, I don't have an aesthetically pleasing life. Oh, I don't have things to edit with. Oh, I don't have equipment. Just start. Literally just start. I don't have an aesthetically pleasing life too. And that's another thing that a lot of people say as an excuse. One of the main excuses a lot of people like to say is, my life is not aesthetic. My life is not fun. My life is boring. So I'm sorry to tell you this, but this is 2025. You could literally edit an apple and make it look like content. You could edit a freaking pencil and make it entertainment. Anything is content. Literally me sitting in this room talking is content. I have a journal right here of things that I wrote. Like literally anything could be content. It's how you advertise it. That's how I think of it. Instead of thinking of like, oh, this is boring, nothing to do with it, think of what you can do with what you do have. You have a local park near you. That's not exciting. Make it a challenge in the park. Make it okay, we attempt to do flips in the park. Oh, we talk to random strangers in the park. Okay, that's a little too much, but y'all get exactly where I'm coming from. Anything could be content. That's how you expand your creativity too. When you think outside of the box, you see something so simple and you can think of 110 ideas you can do with it. That is when the creation really starts. And I feel like starting off with something with a boring life, it's gonna teach you way more about content creation than if you had like a fun one either way, because you know how to use your brain. You could literally look at a pencil and think of 110 ideas versus someone that already has a nice life, and they think that for the next video they have to be doing something crazy and spend a whole ton of money, when the whole time you could have just been advertising something as simple as this. Like, it's not about what you have or what you don't have, it's about how you advertise. Like I said, think of content creation as a business. The product is what you give, which is either entertainment, what is either something informational, something that's going to help somebody in any type of way. Whatever it is, you got to give a product. That's the product. And the content creation is your business. So advertising it, think of anything like you're the advertisement. You're advertising your personality, which is the product. Y'all, you see, I'm cooking with this. You see, a lot of y'all think it's so simple, but there's so many branches to content creation that a lot of people do not think about. When you're scrolling through TikTok, you're probably not even thinking of all the things I'm talking about right now. So step 1 in content creation, make your first video. Step 2 in content creation, make your second video. Step 3 in content creation, make your third video. And I think you guys know the other steps. The steps are basically just keep going. That's literally your only steps. Eventually, you're going to learn over time. You're going to progress your content over time until it becomes something that is so easy to you that you don't have to think about the next content idea. I promise you, if you just keep going, really tune into your creativities, your creative side. If you tune into that, I promise you, you will make it in content creating. I'm not even all the way there where I want to be yet in content creating, but I know that what I'm saying right now has helped me so much when it came to growing my TikTok page. Even with YouTube, I'm just starting to get into YouTube, but with content creating in general, this stuff has helped me a lot. Okay, you guys heard me say consistency over perfection, but there's also another thing I want to highlight. You also want to make sure you're having consistent progression over consistency. Because you can be consistent in something, but you're not even trying to progress in it. Don't think of it as, okay, it's like, let me give an example. The gym, for example. You're trying to get strong, right? You're consistent in going to the gym, but every time you go to the gym, you're lifting the same weight. Where's the progression? Where is the progression, my friend? If you are lifting the same exact weight, where's the progression? You want to make sure if you feel comfortable in what you're doing in content creation, if you feel comfortable, if you don't feel the slightest bit of, oh my gosh, this is embarrassing, and you're way too comfortable. You need to be playing, I want to say play with your mind, but always look for something more challenging, because that makes the content better. Okay, you got into text audios on TikTok. What's the next thing you could do? I could start talking on TikTok. Okay, you succeed in talking on TikTok. What's the next thing you could do? Expand to YouTube, start doing skits. Don't stick to one thing just because it works. Just because it works, that doesn't mean you have to stay to that one thing. Constantly progress. It's not just consistency, it's consistent progression. Do not stick with one thing. Try multiple things out and see what sticks. If you want to have that little like era where you like, you see something that blows up, maybe do like a couple of videos on that to like keep spinning the wheel, but don't stay on that forever. Move on to the next thing, because that's how a lot of people get fall off. That's how a lot of people fall off. A lot of people fall off because they stay stuck on the same thing that they got viral for. They stay stuck on that, and they don't like to, come on, roll the cameras, like, so consistency over perfection, but consistent progression. Wait, did I say that? Consistency over perfection, but consistent progression over consistency. And that is the key. Like I said before, as long as you start, you're already on your way. As long as you start, you're already on your way to getting a bigger fan base. Even if you're not seeing results from it, you are doing exactly what you need to be doing. Just be consistent progression, show up even when you don't feel like it, and eventually you are going to see the results. You will see the results of your consistency, of your consistent progression. And if you guys are still finding it hard to content create, or you're still holding that fear, here are some mindset shift or some tips I can give you that will help it be more easier for you to content create. So what I like to do, I like to think of it as a lottery ticket. Each video, each piece of content you're throwing out there is a lottery ticket to getting a better life. Like, just think of it as like, okay, I'm putting the tickets in. We're putting the tickets in. Ticket, content. Once that it only takes one video. It only takes one video to hit for you. Like, that's what a lot of people forget. Like, yeah, okay, you might be making all these videos that are not hitting, but it only takes one video to hit for all the other ones to hit. So don't think it's for nothing. If one video doesn't pop off, don't think it's for nothing. Don't delete it. Don't delete it. It's because you feel embarrassed. Don't delete it, because it could end up being more viral than the one that went viral that made that one went viral. Y'all, I'm cooking up in the pot. And I like to tell myself is to focus on the input and not output. When I started like gaining attention from this, or like I started seeing results from content creation, just a little bit, I started to focus a lot on the output. I said a little bit, then said a lot. I started to focus on the output just a little bit, okay? Because I was focused on, oh my gosh, how did this video perform? How did this perform? How did that perform? How did you perform? How about that? How did you perform? What can you do better than, and what can you do in this video that could be better than how you did in the last video? Instead of saying how the video performed, how do you perform? How can you perform better? How can you post better? How can you make better content? Focus on what you put in and not what you receive on the end of it. Don't focus on the receiving end, because you're not going to be focused on actually putting videos out there. I know it's hard to do that sometimes. It takes practice. But once you become obsessed with creating and not receiving, that's when you get results. Because it's like, you make a masterpiece, throw it out there, you're not even looking back at it. You're on to the next thing. Throw it out there, on to the next thing. Throw it out there, on to the next thing. And if you keep doing that, throwing it out there, on to the next thing, eventually, something's gonna stick. Something's gonna happen. But when you're just focused on, okay, make it out. Oh, let me just go back and look at that. No, you're reeling yourself back. Focus on the next thing. If that didn't perform good, don't even look how it performed. And if actually it is important, make sure to engage with your community. Engaging is very important, because you want to build a community, not just a fan base. Y'all, I got really passionate talking about this. I'm getting really passionate right now. I'm really trying to give this advice to you guys. A lot of people like to think, oh, there's so much competition. There's so many people I'm competing with. There's no way I can start from 0 all the way up. Girl, I started from 0. Whoever they were started from 0. Everybody started at 0. You're not the only one that started at 0. I'm sorry, but you're not special. You're not special. We all started at 0. We all started at 0. Okay, whatever can happen to somebody else, whatever good success somebody else had, is not because they're special or they're lucky. It's because they started at 0 too. So whatever can happen to somebody else, whatever amount of following, whatever amount of this, that can happen to somebody else, it can happen to you. Start thinking that you're already in that position, and that's how you get there. You don't get there by thinking about where you're at. You think about where you want to be, and that's how you get there. Because you already have the mindset of the person that you want to become. If you want to have 100,000 followers, imagine you're a person with 100,000 followers. Talk to the camera like you're a person with 100,000 followers, and that is how you get 100,000 followers. Am I preaching? Church, am I preaching? Please, please, can I get an amen, please? And whoever's talking about competition, yay, competition, you know, most of your competition actually, when it comes to starting at least, most of your competition is the people that are saying there's too much competition. So once you start, you already got rid of most of that competition, because most of the competition is people complaining about the competition. It's really like reverse. Like, I really don't know how many reverses it is, but it got something. It's a lot of psychologically when it comes to content creation. A lot of it. So I really hope that this video helped you. I really hope that you guys learned a lot from this video. I'm just starting out as a content creator, so if you guys would want to follow my TikTok page, Naytube, and if you want to follow my YouTube, just sub, por favor. Alright, but I really hope this video helped y'all, and I really hope that you guys actually take it and learn from it and start. Okay, your homework for this chapter is to start. You don't gotta make a perfect YouTube video, a perfect anything. Just start whatever you want to start and stop being scary. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.